Hi everyone. It feels like it's been a long time since I've recorded something. I'm struggling through school holidays. It's been hard to find time, but also quiet time to get things recorded. So I'll give it a go today. It might even be broken up into a couple of sections, but you won't notice that. But anyway, this is a pick a pile reading. I haven't done one of these for a little while, so I thought I'd just do one again. So, as always, I hope this will find you at the right time with the right messages that are going to be helpful to you in this or at this point in your journey. Before we start, we'll just do our love pause. This is where we pause the video intentionally to send some love out into the universe. Or if you'd rather do a Ho'oponopono prayer, that's pretty cool as well. You just have to say the 4 sentences. Thank you, I love you, I'm sorry, and please forgive me. So thanks to everyone who takes part in the love pause, and I will see you all on the next slide. And here we are with the 3 piles for you to choose from. I've intentionally made them all a little bit wonky in different ways so that hopefully you might feel more drawn to one visual than the others. But yeah, they're numbered 1, 2, and 3. Take your time looking at these piles and choose the pile or piles that you feel guided to. If you are guided to more than one pile, there may be messages for you in each pile that you're drawn to. These aren't long readings, so you can definitely watch more than one or you can watch them all, but they are intended to be general readings, so I think it's important to know that the messages in the pile or piles you choose might not fully resonate for you, but it's always my intention that if you're guided to a pile, you'll find something there that's useful to you. As always, that might be an insight, a piece of wisdom, or just the opportunity to see something from a new perspective. So I'll go through these readings in order. Like I said, you can watch the whole video, or if you just want to watch a reading for a particular pile, you can jump straight to it because there will be timestamps for each reading in the description box. And if you enjoy the reading or the readings that you watch, please give the video a like, and obviously please subscribe to the channel if you like my work. And thank you to everyone who's already subscribed. In terms of the decks I've used in this video, I'll have them listed in the description box. And that's it, everyone. I'll see you at your reading. Hi, Pile One. This is your reading. So, your tarot card is the Four of Cups, and this is about someone who's feeling unsatisfied with their current life. This card has the keywords yearning, disillusion, and boredom. The 3 cups on the ground next to this person represent what they already have in their life, and none of that feels especially fulfilling. The 4th cup is the one that the universe is offering to this person, an opportunity to step into a new experience that will be fulfilling. Unfortunately, as you can see in this image, when someone is in this 4 of Cups energy, they're usually not able to see that 4th cup or see it for what it is. So this might be an opportunity that is in your orbit, but you're failing to see it or failing to appreciate it. It might seem like it's something that isn't especially exciting. It might not look like something that you actually want to get involved with at all. But the thing is, if you did, you would discover that it is just the thing you've been looking for. And the universe knows this. The 4th cup is actually pretty similar to how the Ace of Cups looks. So it's a gift from the universe, something that you will love, something that you'll find fulfilling. So I always see this card as a message to give things a try if they show up on your path. Now, that's not try everything. Oh my God, I just thought of is it the Shakira song from Zootopia? Yeah. I guess my point is try everything that feels okay. So if something doesn't feel good, don't try that, but feel free to try the other things because they're possibilities. And it's interesting that we have a dream catcher on this first oracle card because when you look at that 4 of Cups card, the 4th cup actually looks like it's a dream in the image. So with regards to a dream catcher, its purpose is actually to filter dreams so that the bad ones get caught in the net and the good ones drift down through the feathers to you. So I guess that's supporting the fact that you need to have a filter as well, just like I said. So pay attention to your feelings. If something feels bad, it's not something you should try. So that's your dream catcher. And if it feels okay, but it isn't necessarily something you'd normally try, it's okay to give that a try. And then if you enjoy it, you can keep doing it. If, on the other hand, you find it's not for you, you can let it go. So this oracle card is titled Transcend. So I feel like this is about transcending prejudices and preconceptions. Now, your decisions should be based on trusting what you feel intuitively, but your decision should not be based on what something looks like on the surface. So something that seems dull might end up having a lot of depth. Something that seems small might grow into something much bigger. Something that seems out there might bring a lot of joy or pleasure. And that's why you're receiving this guidance. The Ace of Cups that you want, it is out there, but if you don't give it a chance, it can't bring you the happiness it's meant to. The last oracle card is Dolphin Spirit with the message, this and that are true. And that's an interesting message. It actually makes me wonder if there's something you've assumed about this fourth cup. That is true. It is actually true. But there's something else that's also true. And it's that second thing that is meaningful. And it's that second thing that you haven't twigged or caught on to yet. So I'm trying to think of an example of that. I'm always drawn to dolphins because they have such a joyful energy. So maybe it's like this is like someone who you have very little in common with on the surface because you're from very different backgrounds and you have totally different interests. And so to your mind, there's nothing you have in common. But then when you start spending time with them for whatever reason, you discover that you love their joyful spirit or their playful nature. So you're actually right about the fact that you have nothing in common with them. But the other thing that's going to be true is that you're going to think they're a wonderful person. So that's a person example, but we could easily be talking about a job that you're not initially keen on or a place that you move to that you don't see as ideal. So I feel like it's something where your initial judgment, it's not wrong, but you're going to be surprised by the second truth, which is about how good it makes you feel. I really like that message. And I've always believed that Spirit knows us better than we know ourselves. So I think this is an example of Spirit surprising you by proving that to you. And so that's it. It's a pretty short reading, but that's it for this reading. And I'll be moving on to the pile 2 reading next. If you are leaving the video here and you liked the reading or found it useful, please give the video a like or leave a comment. Thanks very much. Bye. Hi, pile 2. This is your reading. So your tarot card is the Nine of Swords, which is about being stressed and anxious about something. This is something really worrying, upsetting. It's keeping you up at night. And on this image, the character is holding their head. So this is something that's causing headaches, whether they're actual headaches or metaphorical headaches. Yeah, you're feeling this and it's tough. Now, the first oracle card here is Divinity, and I'm seeing a halo and angel wings. So I feel like you're being asked to start communing with spirit. Maybe this is a problem that is too big for you to handle on your own or handle in a physical world kind of way, but spirit can help you with it. So ask your spiritual team for assistance and support. Ask for angelic assistance or pray to the deities that you believe in. It took me a long time to learn to ask for spiritual assistance because I really believed that I had to find solutions to all of my problems. And it was really only when I was pushed to the point where I couldn't manage everything that was expected of me that I started surrendering that sense of control that I'd always had. Now, I don't think this storyline necessarily fits with my experiences, but the point I want to make is that when I started asking for spirit to help me with my problems, life started to become easier. And I find when I do this, things often seem to sort themselves out in ways I wasn't expecting. And that makes complete sense because obviously God has many options for how to sort something out, a lot more options than we do. So I went through a period where I would forget to ask for help until things got hard. But ever since I started the practice of journaling every day, it's sort of become a habit. So my daily journaling, it includes expressions of gratitude for the good things, but it also includes anything that's weighing on my mind or causing me stress. And I'll say what it is and I ask Spirit to help me with it. And then obviously if it gets sorted out, Spirit gets a thank you when that happens. And I should also say that this practice not only seems to help me with the problems, it's turned me into someone who doesn't get as stressed about things. And I guess that's because I've started trusting Spirit more and more. I know some of you will doubt that this works, but don't knock it till you've tried it. I don't know if it will work for everything, but to be honest, I never ask for anything bad, and so I don't think Spirit minds helping. And when I say bad, I mean that I don't ask for anything that would mean a loss or hardship or suffering for someone else. And I don't ask for people to be punished or anything like that. So if, for example, I had someone who was bullying me, I would probably ask for something like, Spirit, can you please help me avoid this person? Or Spirit, can you please help me get away from this person? It would never be, Spirit, can you take that person down and make them pay for what they're doing to me? So, yeah, don't ask for anything horrible like that. Like if someone has taken something from me or ripped me off and I can't get the situation resolved, I will say, Spirit, can you please help me get back what I lost? And of course, Spirit can always bring in, for example, money in unexpected ways, like if someone ripped you off by charging you $100 more than something was worth, then Spirit might make it up to you by making you win a prize that's $200. Or if you were thinking about buying a new washing machine, Spirit might show you that there's a half price deal on it at a certain store, and that ends up saving you like $300. So you might not see a connection between what you lost and what you got back, but really, if you hadn't seen the advertisement for the appliance sale, you would have paid full price for a new washing machine. So those are just examples, but the main point is ask Spirit to help you, ask Spirit to make things right for you, ask Spirit to make it up to you, but don't ever ask for anything that's going to be bad for someone else, because the truth is, even if you think that they deserve it, it's always best to leave the justice and punishment side of things in God's hands, because God knows the whole truth about everyone. So divine justice is always fair. And as I say that, I'm thinking about times where you might be wrong about something. So if you were in a workplace and you thought your boss was never fair to you, like you might think that your boss is the bad guy or the bad lady. But if the real truth was that someone else had been lying to your boss about you the whole time, and the only mistake your boss made was trusting the wrong person, then it's not really your boss that was doing the bad thing. So the point is that you might never know that there was external interference like that, but God knows the whole story. So if there's karma for what someone has done to you, God will make sure it finds the person that it's meant for. And in that example that I've just given you, it's probably not your boss who deserves it, because they just got played by someone they trusted, really. So that's just an example. So, don't wish people bad, because you don't know the true story really necessarily. But if you're asking for just things that are good for you, things that will help you, I think the chances are Spirit wants to help you. So do ask the right way. And the third oracle card here is Vulture Spirit with the message, nothing is wasted. So that makes me think that even if you think that you've suffered in ways that you haven't deserved, there may have been a purpose to that. Maybe there was karma that you needed to clear, or there were lessons that you needed to learn for your own growth. Maybe the experience you're having is like my experience, where I just had to learn to surrender and trust in the divine. And just by doing that, maybe that's going to change how you experience life from now on. And all that anxiety, like I said, from my experience, like once I started doing this, like communing with Spirit and sharing my problems and asking for help, like I stopped being so stressed about things going wrong, because I was just offering it up to Spirit and asking for help. So you might find that Nine of Swords experience, it becomes less and less of a problem for you if you start, sharing those sharing your problems with God and asking for help. So that's it, pile 2. The pile 3 reading is next. But if you're leaving the video here and you liked this reading or found it useful, please give the video a like or leave a comment. Thank you. Bye. Hi, pile 3. These are the cards that showed up for your message. So your tarot card is the King of Swords. So this is air sign energy, but I tend to read it as an Aquarius card. This is someone wise and intelligent and intellectual, someone who really doesn't let emotions get in the way of what they see as the right decision. The keywords on this card are ambition, power, and influence. Now, those are not necessarily the keywords I would assume, so I am seeing that as significant. So I feel like we're talking about a King of Swords here who is in a leadership position, what can I say the word? In a leadership position somehow, or they're, heading on that path. And it's basically what they've always wanted and they've worked hard to accomplish, or to reach the milestones on this path. Now, it's funny that I said this is someone who doesn't let emotions get in the way. And our very first oracle card is titled Emotion. So I guess Spirit is saying that this person is out of balance. They are too ambitious and they're too focused on status and power. And Spirit is saying this needs to change. And maybe this person is neglecting the people that they love. Maybe they're not paying attention to what these people's emotional needs are. And maybe these people are starting to feel unloved and unsupported. And that's not a good thing, because this King of Swords, they might actually end up losing the people they care most about. And I'm sure that's something they will regret ultimately. The third card here is the Mouse Spirit card, and it has the message tend to the small things. And as I was looking at this card, I noticed that this mouse looks like it's standing on a basket of flowers, and they're a very similar color to the flowers on the Emotion card. And I almost feel like this King of Swords has to buy someone flowers or something like that, some small gesture that would make another person feel cared for. So the little things do matter. Giving someone a hug, asking about their day, doing nice things for them, especially if they're things that will be appreciated. I'm thinking of the 5 love languages as I say that. Now, there are 5 love languages according to the book. So words of affirmation, acts of service, quality time, physical touch, and gifts. Now, with the flowers showing up, it might be that gifts are someone's love language, and if that's the case, they will feel most loved when they receive things that are thoughtful and considerate. And this can seem like a tough challenge to be regularly buying things for someone. And I do feel like this might be one of the more challenging love languages to get right. But I'm drawn to the fact that the flowers on the 2 cards are of a similar color. And actually, that color is also there in the tarot card. So I feel like this could be saying that if there's someone you need to buy gifts for, they might not actually be that difficult a person to buy things for. So maybe they like a certain flower, or they have a favorite color, is what I'm thinking. Or, I mean, obviously, it could be they have a hobby or interest that they're obviously into. And really, the best, most thoughtful gifts are going to be related to things like that. So if they liked the color yellow, you might just randomly buy things when you see them because they're yellow. And that could be anything, a yellow coffee mug, a yellow bouquet of flowers, a yellow notebook, a yellow scarf, whatever. And if you start doing that, that person would really find that really sweet, I think, that you were getting them gifts that you knew they would like. So in my family, I like crystals and card decks and incense and stuff like that. So I often get gifted things like that. I live with boys, so they tend to get things related to their favorite sports or sports teams, or we might get tickets to go watch a football match or something like that. So it's really about those really thinking about what someone's into will make it easier if it's a gift side of things. Now, I guess really overall the advice for this King of Swords is to think about the people they love, work out how to best show those people love. So even though gifts shows up prominently in this reading, there might be other people in this king's life who would benefit from being loved in other languages. So if someone needed quality time, then you might want to book something that you can enjoy together, or plan a trip out somewhere or whatever. So just think about each person, think about what they respond best to, and try and tend to those little things. I feel like this king is being reminded that success shouldn't come at the expense of the people who matter, because it's probably a hollow kind of success if there are no loved ones to celebrate the wins with. And that's it. That's the end of this reading, pile 3. So if you're leaving this video here and you enjoyed this reading or found it helpful, please give the video a like or leave a comment before you go. Thank you. Lastly, just thank you for being here, and I'll hopefully see you on the next video. Thanks. Bye.